Here we go.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Yep. Getting authentic now. Yeah.
That's the material girl.
Every time I hear that, I honestly think of Derek. I feel like that's something that he would be blasting.
Song ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Song ain't bad. Fellas, is it gay to bring a lunchbox to work? We gonna start this conversation. Fellas, is it gay to do that?
What are you doing bringing lunch? Like, go hunt and gather, nigga.
Go fix something.
Hey, I'm a push a throwback here and look to one of our previous episodes. Not a man's man.
I'm not a manly man.
I don't do that hunting and gathering shit. Not when I can go to Jewel Oscar buy groceries.
You said I'll get a chicken 2 for $6, bro.
I'll buy rotisserie chicken. We can eat good.
We still
I feel like
good.
if you drop like Jessie off in the wild, like he'll be really great at that shit.
He probably.
If you drop me off, like I will figure out enough just to get me back home. If you drop Derek off, he's like, "Where is everybody? What? I want to go home."
I'd be too stressed at the prospect of having to do the hunting and gathering. I'd be like, I want to go home.
He'll probably do that, home. But then he'll probably be like, "Bro, ain't no Wi-Fi out here." Like, bro, what's that, bro? What's to y'all, bro? This is lame.
Ain't got no signal out here.
Sorry, not lame. This ghetto. My bad, y'all.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I was like, hold on.
Did I miss it?
It's like a slur.
It's ableist, bro.
It's an ableist slur, apparently.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I read that online.
Man, that's gonna be hard to take out of the vocabularies of Chicago.
I only found out like maybe 3 days ago. I'm not gonna lie. So
I've been knowing, and I just don't. And I be trying my best. It be on autopilot because I'm like you, Josh. Like, boy, you goofy.
Yeah. Got to substitute that word. Now.
Damn,
I got to substitute.
What if the day comes where like goofy is the ableist slur, and we're just like, what is left?
Nah, that's why I draw the line.
People that are.
That's why I'm gonna draw the line, bro. I'm like,
I'm gonna sound like a Republican if that day ever happens. Like,
I'm going mad conservative.
Your conservative views. Your conservative.
These snowflakes.
So what happened to freedom of speech, huh?
You're taking away our rights.
This is America, goddammit.
I feel like a slave.
Whoa.
See, me and
hey,
Josh,
Devo, start the music, bro. Start the music.
Me and Josh were right here. He was like all the way over. What in the world?
Welcome to another episode of the Instant Jokes Podcast. What the fuck is to this nigga? Oh my god. My name is Joshua Chapman. I'm not doing the AKAs for myself because I only work in threes. I'm like Kyle Korver. But I'm here with my co-host, as always, first, Jessie Pink.
What's up, y'all?
AKA Doing Like P, AKA Baby Samoa Joe, AKA Groovy Grizzly. Why? Because he keeps a Ronnie hose, as you guys just heard. Holy shit. And my other good buddy in real life, Derek Small.
Hi. Just thought I'd be different today, you know.
Continue. AKA D Small, AKA Anthony Mackie Jr., AKA Mr. Meat Man. Shout out to D Will for everything behind the scenes. Shout out to Peyton. Shout out to Dre for the intro music. Before we get started, Jessie, tell the people how many stars to give us.
Yeah, man, you already know what's going on, bro. Like, give us 5 stars, man. We be out here working consistently, bro. 5 stars. If you give us anything less than that, y'all a hater. And y'all not really Beyonce fans.
Facts.
They're not with the Beehive. Tell them. Let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow. Where do we start this episode?
I was just gonna say, where do we go from here? I'm like, all right,
yeah,
here we go. Here we go.
I'm still here. I love that clip so much. Shout out to that woman. I don't know. I forget her name all the time.
Tina Campbell.
Yeah,
Tina
shout
Campbell.
out to her.
She weird though.
Great song. Dang.
Nah, she a weirdo, bro.
But what she do? I'm lost.
I ain't gonna flag her for like trying to get. Wow, I do sound like them niggas from Larry and Lionel. Shout out to Larry and Lionel. You already know I'm finna like tag them when we do this.
Oh, I know.
For real, we finna end up on there. But, I don't really flag. I'm not really gonna flag her for the whole thing that she had against Martin, like why she put a restraining order on Martin, like you know, like especially like during those times, especially for Black women, I can only imagine like being in those type of work environments could be very hostile. But like she had some type of restraining order against like what was it, Damon Wayne?
I don't remember. I think so. Is that why My Wife and Kids didn't last as long?
Yeah, it didn't last so long because of that. And then she was like some other controversy, and I was like,
did not know that.
Yeah,
I knew about the Martin shit.
I actually just started rewatching because I actually never seen it fully all the way through My Wife and Kids, and I've been watching that over the past 2 days.
I think My Wife and Kids is a better show than Martin.
It's a better, you know what it is.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I've never seen Martin fully through, and I've started to watch it because being that it's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
his first 2 episodes really aren't grabbing me. Unpopular opinion. Like I don't know what that sounds.
Martin's funny, bro.
It probably
show.
Gets funnier. It probably I'm of course basing my opinion off of 2 episodes, but it's just like the pilot nor like the second episode I'm watching is it's not really grabbing me right now.
No, bro. Like Martin's like a really funny show, and Martin's like one of them shows where you was just like, oh, this is a '90s show. Like, it was like one of them shows where you'll have like it live in color and maybe don't have like let's say Snoop Dogg on there, right? And then the next program is Martin, and then like they got Big on there. Like it was a really big '90s thing. I think My Wife and Kids is decent because My Wife and Kids was like a little bit more fleshed out storyline wise versus Martin, but like interesting enough between those two, you can tell like as the seasons progress more and more, like even with Martin and Tina Campbell or even Damon Wayne and Tina Campbell, that like they stop kind of playing that husband and wife role, and like that's where the friction actually starts. So like after I'm forgetting like what season it was in Martin, but like
I know season 5 they were never in the same room together.
Yeah, out there, that's when they stop being like, I'm gonna stop hugging you, like the whole husband. That's when they stop. So when you start seeing that context, you like, oh yeah, you see a lot of tension here, and like this is in front of at least for Martin, it was like it actually was in front of a live studio audience, so it's like, ooh. Yeah. But I could turn on My Wife and Kids more, but I grew up under My Wife and Kids.
I think Martin is one of those shows that's like, if this is on, I'm finna laugh for like a half hour and then just be done with it. Versus like, I feel like I don't think it really compares to Fresh Prince because Fresh Prince was funny as fuck and it like also had a clear like storyline for everybody involved. Like Will was a very different person by the end of Fresh Prince. Ashley, definitely. Hillary, Carlton, like Uncle Phil, like all of them are in very different places.
The Aunt Viv was questionable. Even Aunt Viv was different. She would look different.
I was trying to make it through without laughing. Fuck you. But yeah, she was different. But like Martin is just a whole like Martin is like a comedian's show. You feel me? Like it's just him riffing and like doing shit. Like
right.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Fresh Prince definitely had that mix, like you said. Like, and I think that's kind of the mark of a great show is when you can make people laugh enough, but then also like kind of make it like a coming of age where like you're teaching like life lessons and seeing characters develop. Like I think that's the mark of a show.
Is what they got completely wrong with this reboot.
Yeah,
shit.
I was going to say, like, are y'all gonna watch that reboot?
No, that trailer did not catch me at all, bro. I'm sitting here
like watch it.
Well, the premise is different, so I don't think it's supposed to be.
The premise of like Top Boy though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a drama now instead of a comedy.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the beauty of Fresh Prince was that is this funny show,
yeah.
And then you also, as you're watching it, it can have very real like the episode in the first season where Carlton and Will get pulled over for like no reason, right? And it's funny throughout the episode because they sitting there, doing the shit, like, he's like, Carlton, shut up, all this kind of thing. And at the end, like, I remember Carlton asked Uncle Phil, like, Dad, would you have pulled me over? You said you would have pulled me over too, right? And Uncle Phil's like, that's the same thing I asked the first time I got pulled over. You know what I'm saying? So like, it actually dealt with like being Black in a very white space, but it was a funny ass episode throughout. Like, I don't think the like think about doing like Family Matters in a gritty reboot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't work.
I don't know, bro. Like, we got Benny on there. Like, what we doing?
Like,
I might listen to it, bro. I might look at it.
A gritty reboot of Steve Urkel. Like, no, dog, I don't want to see that shit.
I don't know.
I don't want to see like, they had Will pulling out a gun, bro. It's just like,
yeah, dog. Like the first episode is him getting like arrested while on the basketball court. It's like, nah.
But like,
it's pretty sad. Like, I don't want to start off. I don't want to start off like that.
But like, it's one of them things where it's like, part of my language, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because we could have rent the route and we could have did the cheap have Will come in as like,
but
now.
See, I think there's actually a layup there to have Will look after Carlton's son, who is too preppy, and Carlton has to send him to Philly to toughen up.
That could, but see,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a layup, right? Everybody gets a check. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come back. You can still make it funny. You can make it real, like, all that sort of thing. Like,
you could have did all those things, but then you gotta think about this too. Like, we're starting to live in an age where sometimes reboots don't necessarily get the fair credit that they want, that they deserve. Like, some reboots are just like cheap because like they just bank on you remembering these characters and these gimmicks. Other reboots, like, they really do try their best to give a different direction with those same old characters, but people are just so nostalgic from the first one. It's just like, you're not really giving a fair chance. So like, Fresh Prince would like, it ran up to that. And then also, we not for just sit up here and act like I don't know, like depending on like how things have been for Will, having him on screen, I don't know, bro. It's just like,
you're saying you don't
outside know of it, the whole thing with Jada and just like
you don't know if it would have been a good thing to have.
You don't know if that would have been a good publicity or bad publicity. It's like, it's 250-50. So then it would have like, okay,
he's still making movies and stuff though. Like,
he's still making movies.
We still seeing him though.
You still seeing him, but I think like you still seeing him, but I also think like, because Will was exactly produced, like he had a say so over this new drama, this new reboot, right? This dramatic reboot. Yeah. So I think he considered that. Either he considered that, and then either consider that, or it's just more like Fresh Prince was like, when I was coming up, bro, like, I'm not there no more. Like, I'm off the bigger and better things. So maybe it's that too. But it's all those things that, like, all those variables that go into it. But the thing is, like, it's like, that's damned if you do. But if you don't, then you end up with this type of reboot that looks like it's like for the creators of Dear White People and The Chi and like, the South Side. And I'm not saying that like all these other shows I'm listing are particularly bad. They're not particularly good.
South Side is cool. I fuck with South Side more than the other two.
Right. But what I'm saying, I'm not trying to like trash them and say like they're horrible works. No, like, you can be critical with those respective works, but still like see great things in them, right? But it's just like, you kind of get that type of layered out. It feels like that in this reboot. Like you said, like, it's just too dramatic, bro. Like, y'all done turned this into Top Boy. Like, y'all, like, Will for to be like finding some Jamaicans in the next scene. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
So to that same point of like the damned if you do, damned if you don't. Which one do y'all think is intrinsically worse for like a hit TV show? To like make it very similar in like a new age and it be bad, or to try to flip the concept of it? Like, which one is worse?
I think the very like I think the very dramatic reboot is worse because like
Yeah.
like I said, like you're always. I mean, like Fresh Prince is such a good show. You could argue it's a top 5 sitcom of all time. Like honestly, in terms of like that, like you can still put it on like and stuff still hits. Like in terms of its like where it took people afterwards, but it's still just like if you go with the oh we're gonna flip the script and have the preppy kid come out to the hard place and he's got to toughen up some. At least that's following along with the storyline.
Right.
At least it's following along with what it
nice
was. You're branching off of that. You know what I'm saying? You can have some of these Will and Carlton moments that like they still fight, but they still clearly love each other and all that kind of stuff. Like the very dramatic shit is like this is completely like I get the creativity and trying to make it different than what it was, but at the same time, it's so starkly different. And Fresh Prince was damn near a perfect show that like you are fighting like not only up you're fighting up a mountain at this point. Like for it to be really really good, you have to like everything has to hit, and we have to accept it as an audience. Versus like if you just have it sort of lean into that nostalgia, you can get away with a lot more shit doing it that way. And people are being like, oh, you know what? It's not that, but it's still pretty good. Like I can see what they're going for.
Yeah. I was gonna say it depends. If it's like, am I doing a reboot to get a quick cash? Like, then I'm probably gonna go all out and do all the cliche stuff and like probably get Jeffrey back. I probably do all that. But if I'm just trying to make something, just a little bit different, then I'll probably do it a little or have it sustain a little bit. I'll do exactly what Josh is saying, maybe like you flip that concept on his head instead of like, you're from the hood and now you're going to the preppy area. Maybe the preppy area is coming to the hood. Or because now we're in 2022, maybe like the preppy kid is seeing the difference in a certain type of neighborhood class. And instead of it being quote unquote the hood, what if it's just middle income?
You know what I'm saying? Like you could do all that type of shit.
That.
Like you could.
There's so many variables.
Like, oh, where's the Starbucks? It's like, oh yeah, they're actually building Starbucks here, and the kid is really excited. It's like, no, man, this shit's getting gentrified. Like this is not cool. Like
this is not cool. Like, and this is a historic middle black area, middle black. This is a historic middle income black neighborhood. Like it could have been like that, but I'm also not gonna. I said I'm gonna probably watch a couple episodes in. Like I'm gonna probably give it like 5. Maybe just to like see where it goes, because it's just like that's the trailer. Like I don't know, maybe like those are just like the highlight moments, but like I might not get most of them probably later on to the season. If it's all, or if you just get all that in one episode and then like the next episode 2 is not like that, I'm like, okay, cool. Or they might do something like On My Block used to do. Oh, I remember. On My Block used to really do a really good job of this. Even though like I do have some problems with how they portrayed Latino and Latina actors and actresses. I really had an issue with that.
I didn't mean it. I'm not trying to laugh at that.
It was just the pronunciation.
It's just the way that you like leaned into the Puerto Rican side of you. You said, huh.
Suddenly. No, because like you'll have some that are like, you have some actors and actresses that were supposed to portray like, oh, Mexican, but some of them are Dominican. And it's just like, that's not cool, like it kind of it fails to put like a lot of people that are from Latin America and the Caribbean as like one big pot, and like we all look alike, and it's not the same. Like some of us are Afro Latina, some of us are Afro Cuban, some of us are Afro Puerto Rican, Puerto Ricans. Like it really depends on it, right?
Shout out to you for the pronunciation. You are really doing this.
Some of us are Haitian, some of us are Antiguan. Like it depends. But the one thing I liked about On My Block was that, and especially the first season, it was funny where it was meant to be funny, but it got real like quick. it was like, oh, like they doing these really comical things. And sometimes you remember like, oh, these are kids, they're falling in love with each other, they're in high school and all this stuff, right? But then you remember that like Junior's cousin's like one of the biggest, like is a gang leader. Junior's brother is like the bigger brother is like the gang leader of like one of the biggest like gangs in the neighborhood. And like Junior has to go with his brother because his brother said basically when you graduate, ain't no college, bro. You're taking over the block, and like you gotta know how to kill these niggas. Like it shifts like so quick. So like I maybe they go that route with the Fresh Prince era, the new Fresh Prince reboot, but like we'll see. I appreciate what y'all saying, but like, yeah, that's what I wanted to say,
You said ain't no college education. I need you to educate these niggas.
For real.
It's like,
talk to them.
Talk to them. Educate
First of all, Jessie really hit the like strong and be like lean into you type shit
on every single pronunciation.
Every single one.
I was like, this man.
I also think that like Twitter has ruined half of these shows for me because I see the very corny moments, and like I saw some corny ass moment from on my blog, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. Yeah, I saw some shit from like I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch All American. I'm gonna be very honest.
I'm not watching All American.
I didn't make it past.
I'm not watching that,
bro. I saw something where she was like rap battling somebody in the middle of the hallway and just walked off, and it's like, damn. You just got cooped. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, y'all like this shit? I swear to God, like, y'all like this shit, bro? Like, this nigga Spence, all I know about this nigga is that he does not accept any type of help, like 4 seasons in. He's always like, no, my mom is a single mom. Like, I can't, she had to get it by herself. I have to too. It's like, brother, like.
No, you don't.
You are not in Inglewood no more. You trying to make it to the league.
Like, they're trying to get you to the NFL. Like they're trying.
Like what is like, what is this?
Man, I gotta keep it. I gotta remember where I come from, man. It's like you can do that.
You can do that,
bro. while getting to the NFL. Like
you can do that. Like, you don't.
Ain't nobody got to the NFL by themselves, my brother.
No one. No one.
Would you rather play weak competition and not make it, or would you rather come out here and play real people like who are good at football? And then I mean, okay, wow, you can go home on weekends, bro. Like it's okay, like, it's okay, big dog.
We got FaceTime, brother. Like,
man said, I gotta go back, man. I gotta go back to where I come from, but you don't. I promise.
Why y'all talking? Hold on. Why y'all talking like it's the 70s? Since we doing reboot contracts, we need to reboot the Get Down for real. I'd rather reboot that because Josh was like,
that man was
brother.
That man was a simp the entire like down horrendous the entire series, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't get with that. But anyways,
that's funny. We got FaceTime, brother. What you doing?
Now he was really opposed to staying out there. Like he did not want to be there. I'm like,
listen,
okay.
you don't.
I guess, man.
That mean, boy, let us be back in high school, and y'all told me I'm out. I'm gone.
Come to this high school so that you can make it.
Not even high school. You went to Michigan and was like, deuces.
I'm gone. I ain't never
I'm getting this paper, nigga. Like
this is Hollywood. This is Hollywood for me. I'm out of here.
That's kind of sad. I ain't gonna hold you, brother. I ain't gonna hold you, brother.
Hey man, Jessie said he live in lavish down there in East Lansing.
He live in lavish. Peace of mind, bro. That's the most richest thing you ever get.
Man's got his own apartment. He got a goat connect, down there.
He got a goat.
He live in lavish.
He said a coke.
Bro, be getting goat meat by the pound.
It's just some Kenyan. It's like, Jessie, my boy.
I love you like son. Jessie cool with the Kenyans down there.
He on your head.
Oh, I'm getting cooked.
Bro, for to come back to Chicago with the dashiki.
Bro, finna come back in an arranged marriage. What you talking about?
Hey, I ain't holding y'all viewers. I'm getting cooked right now. I don't know if I can get back. I don't know if I can come back from this one. Everybody in the viewers, look, everybody from the viewers, he got cooked. He got cooked.
Jesse thought that nigga was Adrian Broner. He thought that was
Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress, bro.
I thought that was Hannibal Buress.
The dude that said that? You thought that was
yes. Bro, I thought that was Hannibal Buress, bro.
You must have just not knew what dude looked like. Clearly.
I thought, bro.
One is brown skin, one is dark.
I thought Hannibal.
And that's funny to me because this nigga is a fight night ass nigga. You feel me? Like, I would figure you know what the boxer look like.
You're supposed to be tapped in.
I don't really be watching Broner's fights like that though. Like, I really thought that was Hannibal Buress, bro.
No,
I thought he came out here with like more dripped out talking about some. He got cooked. I'm like,
bro,
whoa.
The other part, the other funny thing he said when he talking about, they call me the can man because anybody can get it. Mexicans, Africans. I was like, dude, hey, he wild, bro.
That nigga's stupid, bro. Oh, fuck. We also all have Marvel t-shirts and shit on. Wait, we didn't like plan none of this type of shit.
Yes, sir.
What is the movie that surprised you in terms of like, oh damn, I really like this movie. Like this is I wasn't expecting to like I feel like you were going to any of the Avengers movies, like, yes, I'm going to like this movie. Yeah, what is the one that you're
those
like?
Are kind of awesome.
Like,
that's a good question.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you misogynist. He said you walked in the theater like this is about to suck. Damn. Such a misogynist, Jesse. Damn.
All I'm saying is that it was a different pace in the main character. You know, it's something I had to get over.
You said people from the LGBTQ community can't be main characters?
You know, I'm not saying that. It's just a little different, you know, for me. You know, I'm pretty sure some viewers that we have out there had the same feeling about Black Panther. You know, it was a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Hey, D, you're going to have to cut all this shit.
You're unmuted.
Redo that answer, brother.
No, I'm playing.
Nah, for real. Like, let's really get into it, though, for real. Take two. Captain Marvel was the one that
matter of fact, we should just keep that in on purpose. Honestly.
Nah, we might have to take that one out, bro. I don't know. Captain Marvel for real though was like the one that surprised me because like I heard a lot of hype behind Captain Marvel and I didn't know a lot about Captain Marvel's background. But then when I learned more about Captain Marvel's background, I was like, yo, like I really want to know more about her. That's why it was like interesting to me. Like at first I was gonna say Deadpool, but I was like, you know what you're gonna get when you walk into Deadpool. Like you know what you're gonna get.
Deadpool is essentially just Ryan.
Exactly, but like you know what you're gonna get with Deadpool. You're gonna be like, when you leave a Deadpool movie, it's gonna be like, was everything what you expected? It was that and then some, bro. Like, wow. But Captain Marvel, I was like, I did not know that much background on her at all. And that was a good introduction to me.
Yeah, I think that like people bitched a lot about Captain Marvel because like, oh, Brie Larson doesn't smile a whole bunch, or like she's not this or that, and like
yeah,
I think also, but the character is like she's essentially the same person as like Tony Stark and like Doctor Strange. Exactly. Like they're very arrogant, like smart asses type thing. Like you don't get a whole bunch of like smiling, like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. Like, nah, that's not them. I think the only thing that made me not like that movie more was like, I don't feel like I connected with that character a whole bunch, but that movie was probably not, the movie's not audienced for me specifically, but it was just something like an emotional, like heart, like that I just didn't feel like. I felt like it's a good movie. I just didn't feel like it has like real heart to it. I think the one that surprised me the most, this might be recency bias, but like Shang-Chi, that movie was
good. That was good.
Fucking bro. Ridiculous. Like
that was good.
I remember leaving that movie and being like, they made like a traditional like, you know, martial arts film while also like is still under the Marvel umbrella. And also like this family drama. Like it was really just like, holy shit, like how do they tie all these things together? Like even the flashbacks in that movie were like really well placed and all that kind of stuff, because sometimes like directors will like use too much of it, or it's just like, okay, like half this movie's a flashback or whatever. But like all of that was really well placed. Like the combat scenes were excellent. Like I walked away being like, Shang-Chi got fucking hands, dude. Like that nigga, like
Shang-Chi got hands.
He's just like,
bro.
yo, if nothing else, I'm a motherfucker with hands. So if any of you want it, y'all can get it. I respect that. Because Iron Man is like, yeah, I'm a nigga in a suit. You know, I got this whole like tin suit and all that kind of stuff. Like Captain America is a souped up ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Shang-Chi is like, I got these. So what's up? Who's trying to run the fade, nigga? Like, what's good with you? But yeah, like I did not expect to like really like that. Like I thought it was gonna be good, but I was like blown away with like how good that movie was.
Yeah, like I think for me, my first thought is to say either like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies or like Ant-Man. Mm-hmm. Just because like
Ant-Man's a good choice.
Just Ant-Man because was a good one, man.
Just because like when I first like got into the whole MCU thing per Josh, like I'm expecting like there's a comedy element to these movies, but like they're more serious than they are like comedic in terms of like action and, you know, pacing and stuff. But like watching like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, it finally gave me like a feel of like, okay, these movies can be like action packed and like all that, but there can be like a comedic element, you know, to these. Yeah. Like Ant-Man was funny. Like to
Ant-Man's me, funny as fuck.
So it's like I enjoyed being able to watch a movie that had both like that was in like the MCU. So like it was kind of a good like breaking of pace like for me in terms of like what I traditionally got with like all the other movies versus like when those dropped, I was like, this is kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, Ant-Man, like I think the thing that the connective tissue is there is that like these characters are not super well known. So the creative vision for that can be like, it can just be really fucking weird. Like the Guardians are like a super weird group of like people that have come together and all that kind of stuff. And then like there, like you said, there is a comedic element, but there's also a big like family element with them.
Exactly.
Like they like, you know, you starting to root for these characters. And then with Ant-Man, like they just don't take that character too seriously, which is like the way you should go with it. Because if they take it like if they did Ant-Man but like Winter Soldier style, it would never work, because you're just like, bro, like he's this big, like he's like, what are we talking about here,
right?
But yeah, like they just like, all right, you want to get weird, fuck it, let's go. Like who cares?
I'm so hyped for Phase 4, and like Shang-Chi was good. Shang-Chi was like really good, but Spider-Man got me really set, bro. I'm about to watch all these Marvel movies, bro. Spider-Man, I ain't watched Spider-Man like 4 times.
But we knew that was gonna be the shit.
We knew, bro. But like now, I'm like, what's the next one supposed to drop? Is it Morpheus?
Is it... That's not in the MCU. I think the next MCU movie is supposed to be it's either Thor: Love and Thunder or the Doctor Strange movie.
Right.
I think it's the Doctor Strange movie.
It is the Doctor Strange movie. It is.
But before that, the Moon Knight series is coming out. Which,
right. But I'm like, okay, because you know, like I saw WandaVision and all that, and I was like, okay, cool. And like, I don't know what it was. I think like Shang-Chi and like Spider-Man. I was like, yep. Yo, yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm fully invested now.
I need them to rebrand that as Spider-Man.
Just rebrand. Once again, Marvel, if you want to make even more money, please just have Terrence Howard show up as a variant. And I just want to see him do all of Don Cheadle's scenes. You could just make a supercut of him like it doesn't even have to look good. It could just be him green screen. Him doing all of Don Cheadle's, please. Like I would laugh so fucking hard. Like
if they do that, and DC's not gonna be able to pull this off. But like I would love to see like a Batman movie with like Steve Harvey in there.
Yo, the Batman movie looks really fucking like I want to go see that.
I actually do want to see it.
That that 2-minute clip or whatever that was recently put on Twitter about the scene where the car crashes into the church. I was just like, oh, 2 hours.
I might have to go watch that.
2.5 hours of this. Sign me up.
Yes, bro. Like,
Marvel's still better than DC, but like I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna watch that shit, bro.
Bro, like that whole storyline just seems like really.
That look decent. But if we had Steve Harvey in there,
if we had Steve Harvey as well, what? Where your ass at, Batman? Get your punk ass up out of here.
I'll definitely watch it. I'll definitely be like, yep. I'm like,
you going to jail? Oh hell no!
I got a riddle for you. Look, Spider-Man and Batman. Spider-Man and Batman would have been like my top two.
Bro, like imagine Batman was his play. Oh hell no. He's just so angry.
What your ass say?
He doesn't, you know how like even for Riddler, like they be having like, you know, the costume designs. Steve Harvey just pull up in his own suit, bro.
that green suit he had on that one day.
Exactly.
That was clean.
It still should have been Steve, man.
Oh fuck.
He just pulled stuff out his closet. It's just like, Mr. Harvey, I got my own stuff.
That movie does look tea though. I'm excited for that movie.
If Steve Harvey was in that Batman movie,
he's really committed to this. If he was really committed.
If he was in that Batman movie
all day, Jesse is not giving a fuck what either of us has to say. He's like, my thoughts, my fucking thoughts.
No, I'm saying like if Batman was really if Steve Harvey was in Batman.
Wait, we're talking about Jesse. You're doing it right now, Jesse.
Yeah,
you're doing it. Nigga said, yeah, but I'm saying
no. Oops.
Side note, audience. He was doing this before we started recording, which makes this 10 times.
Okay. In all fairness, we was talking about something I really like. That's different. No, that's not different. That's the same. We're talking about something I like again.
My thoughts.
I want to see Steve Harvey in a Batman movie.
This nigga said, my own voice.
No, because like if he does that, then I can watch Judge Steve Harvey. I can watch Judge Steve Harvey and be like, that was Riddler.
Dude,
that was dope.
Hilarious.
I actually like that. That was really good.
You're funny, Jesse. Hilarious.
Oh, he said, no, but really, what I was saying, no.
Ah, man. Oh. But really, what new movies y'all want to see? What other movies y'all trying to see? We on the superhero tip. What other movies y'all want to see Steve Harvey in?
Jesus, I don't know if there are a ton of new movies I'm looking forward to. I'd have to think about it. But like, there's a lot of TV, coming out now. Like a lot of new shows or like new seasons of shows. Like I think Ozark just dropped part 1 of season 4. I'm gonna start that. Wow, I am blanking. What's the new one with John Cena? I'm completely blanking.
Oh, Peacemaker.
I'm gonna start that one because I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of TV on right now.
Where is Peacemaker on? Is that on HBO Max?
HBO Max.
Yeah, that seems like some HBO Max joint.
Yeah, it's a lot of good TV.
I almost said Moonlight. I was like, nah, Moon Knight.
They ain't making a series about that one, brother. Yes, sir. They barely made a movie about the motherfucker. Like,
wait, they barely made a movie about Moon Knight or Moonlight? Like, which one?
Moonlight. I said they barely made the movie about him. Like,
man, they made a movie about Moon Knight. I was like, oh god. I'm like, this is Batman and MCU.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Moon Knight series. That shit is gonna be really good.
Yeah, it'll be lit. I can't wait till that drops, because when that drops, I'm gonna be like, I'm dropping all references in that Disney Plus group chat, bro. I'm like, you didn't see it? Oh well.
I just can't get over this nigga just being like. Anyway, so what I was saying, like, brother, like, relax.
You see, it's not over the top. It was just effective. It's not even doing that much. You're just doing enough.
We got anything else to talk about?
I don't think so.
Well,
I think I'm cool.
All right, Jesse, go ahead, take us home. He says you want to fucking talk anyways.
Nah, I think Derek should do it, bro. That's what Derek got for us.
It's gonna show you I be zoning out with Jessie. Thanks for listening, everybody. I be zoning the fuck.
Well, your voice cracked while you did it, bro. Like they're not gonna throw boo, tomato, boo.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to It's Just Jokes podcast, the best podcast inside of the Mississippi. Hey, now Jesse be talking.
I'll say on this side of Mississippi. I'll say on this side the best Mississippi.
You gotta get him off you.
Nah, he doing good, bro. This we need him over. We need him over today.
Nah, bro, you got it. You got it, bro.
Jesus Christ, someone end the fucking show.
That's his job. He does it.
Thank you guys for listening to the It's Just Jokes podcast. I've been Joshua Chapman along with Derek Small and Jesse Pink. Give us 5 stars everywhere at jokes_podcast. Shout out to Jesse. This is really distracting. Shout out to King Wayne JL's here. We'll see y'all next week. God damn it. Stop. All right, cut the shit. Cut.
Peace, y'all.